Alice and Olivia?
This is. I've tried to really think about what you would want me to be in, how I could like appeal to you the most, and I went with the daisies.
I love it. That's my favorite flower.
Well, I sort of looked that up.
I love that. Well, Stacy, Stacy Bennett, who created Alice and Olivia, is someone I know, and she texted me saying that you guys were going to dress for the show, and I was so thrilled.
Well, she says us because it's plural, because she really does dress me. She tells me what I'm wearing. I call her the fashion dictator. I have to do what she says.
Said by the woman who created Dictator Lunches, one of my favorite Instagram accounts.
Thank you.
And we did that show.
Yes,
I still think of us syringing yogurt into fruit every time I think about you.
I love that.
I know, what an odd association, right? But I also think of just like goodness and humor and beauty and a good marriage. And
you're so sweet, thank you.
How do you keep it fun and funny and rolling with Jaden, who you...
With Jaden,
I always think it's like a typo, and then I'm like, no, she really does call him Jaden.
Well, I like to call him Jaden. My phone actually started it. My phone would autocorrect Jason to Jaden. They would always say, oh, you must mean Jaden if you're writing the word Jason, which I thought that Jason was, at least in the 80s, one of the more common names you could give somebody. But my phone insists that they just gives it an extra flair. So
it's not Xanther.
Right.
It's Jason.
It's Jason.
We've got two on the set right here, and we have only a few people.
Right? Yeah, you always have a handful of Jasons in a room. So I would write Jason, and the phone was like Jaden, and then I started doing it because I'm always referred to as Jason Biggs' wife, and I liked it because it's sort of my way of like being a little disrespectful to him and sort of like putting him in his place, because it's like, no, on my Instagram, like, you're my husband, so you're Jaden.
It's so cute. I just love the way
Another issue he has with me.
I mean, you guys have also found a great way to laugh through parenting, and you've talked about this.
Yes.
Like, how do you guys handle it all? How do you find the humor? How do you tag team?
Well, I like to play little pranks on the kids. I think it's sort of fun to just I want them to have a good sense of humor. I want them to realize that, you know, comedy is important, and to just be able to laugh your way through it. So sometimes, you know, my son, my eldest, will be spinning out about something. Recently, he discovered that our dog is chipped, and he was just like, my God, you know, what do you mean there's a chip under her skin? And I said, well, yes, it's so that we can find her if she gets lost. We also put one in you when you were born. And he was just like, are you kidding me? You know, and so I told him I was kidding.
By the way, if you could chip your kid, would you?
Well, I did look into it when I first had a kid. I always say when I first got them, like as if I bought them at the store. I was like, when I first got you, I was interested. I'm like, how will I let you out of my sight? Like, how could I deal with you out in the world and I'm not sort of watching over you? Is there something that I could maybe tag you with?
Yeah.
Maybe not a chip, but you know, like when a shark comes by, when they're like tagging sharks and they like have a little, it's like an earring they wear.
Yes, yes.
It falls off over time. I could be cool with that.
All right, well, what are you and Jason up to now? Like, how's everything going? What's going on in the home? Bring us into fly on the wall moment at like this wonderful home of yours.
Well, today Jason texted me to remind me. I said, you know, you gotta remind me, what did Sid say? Why? Because we considered getting a dog over the quarantine.
Yeah.
And he has these little stuffed animals that he calls Babas. And so I was asking the boys, do you want to rescue this dog? There's this little rescue poodle. I'm thinking about bringing him home. And Sid looks at me, he's like, I don't know. I mean, I just got a new Baba. I'm like, are you kidding? So Jason and I were texting me today.
He's satisfied.
He's like, remember when he said that he doesn't want a dog? He also just told me this morning, I'm the main character in this house. So we may not be doing everything right. I don't know if you guys should take parenting advice from us at all, to be honest.
Like, I love it.
I am the lead.
Jenny Mollen, follow her on Instagram. Jenny Mollen and Dictator Lunches, two of my favorite accounts.